Hey everybody, welcome back to Isabel's World Tour. Today we are not talking about anime as per usual. I wanted to have say some thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2. Just came out today, or yesterday. I think it was yesterday actually. Um, and to no one's surprise, it's been a massive smash hit. Everyone's getting it, and I have some thoughts about it because it's pretty interesting. Um, so the Nintendo Switch 2, a lot of people were saying it was gonna fail because they weren't planning on buying it. Um, Not only did they buy it anyways, but even if they weren't planning on buying it, like their viewers, the people that were even mad about like the pricing of the Nintendo Switch 2 was such a small minority of like the amount of people who were actually going to buy the console that even if all of those people didn't buy it, it still would have been a success. So, yeah, but the thing is, I've been hearing like, so I have no stake in this. I didn't buy a Nintendo Switch 2 because I just don't really care that much right now. Like I'll get it I'll get it at some point probably, but as of now, I saw clips of Mario Kart and I thought it looked like the worst Mario Kart game in a while, so I just didn't. I was like, well, that's the only game they have, so I'll just wait until they have other games, I guess, and then I'll play Mario Kart 2 when I have all that stuff, because I am a Mario Kart fiend. Um, but, so I don't really have much stake in this, but what I do, I am interested, I'm very interested in the two sides of this, because on the one hand, you got people who bought like every single accessory, two copies, everything on launch, um, and they're talking about how it's the greatest thing ever. Then there's a contingent of people who are talking about how it sucks and it's poopy and it's shitty. Um, and then the people who don't like the Switch, who don't want to buy the Switch 2, are mostly parroting the opinions of the second group. And I think that's really interesting to think about how fucking like fucking Windows Defender. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Windows fucking Defender was screwed. I was downloading a torrent for some footage for the video, and I wanted to do this. I'm editing the next video right now, guys. The next main channel vid. But I had to turn off fucking Windows Defender. Anyways, yeah, I think it's really interesting. Like a really interesting case study of how humans work. Also, a lot of what's playing into this, interestingly, from the people who aren't buying a Switch 2, a lot of those people just can't afford it. I can't afford it. But I don't really, you know. I could get the money. I just don't. It wouldn't take very long. I just don't really care enough to scrounge it up. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting how um, the people who got this system are really enjoying it, and the people who haven't got the minority of people that aren't enjoying it are really being magnified and sort of amplified by the people who don't like the system. And I just find that interesting. I think it's really interesting how. It's a really interesting case study on how spite drives the soul. Um, it's a lot of people, not only, the whole boycott thing, that's mildly interesting, that there was, like, the whole, all the all the people who were saying that they were not buying a Switch 2 ended up buying it, but it's not the most, it happens all the time. But, with this, like, with the PS5, for example, like, when that came out, the people that got it thought it was mid. Over time, it's racked up a library, and at this point, I have a PS5. I got it a couple years after it came out, but I got it, and I think it's fucking great. I think it's awesome. I think it has quite a few fantastic exclusives. Astrobot is worth the whole price of admission to me. But yeah, I think that over the years, like, the PS5 has grown in reception, and people generally like it now. But when it came out, no one really liked it. All the people that got it didn't like it, and all the people that couldn't afford it didn't like it either. They were parroting the opinions of the people who didn't like it, which was pretty much everyone. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I just think this is interesting. This was a very vapid and meaningless vlog, so apologies for that. I'm gonna go back to editing now. Bye-bye.